Well, Finance Minister Ntlantla Nene says progress has been made to meet the government's target of $1 billion for the country's projects. President Cyril Ramaphosa is spearheading a drive to attract $1 billion in new investment. The initiative aims to kickstart South Africa's economy and create jobs.
The finance minister says they have already extended $680 million to South African companies. On Tuesday, they held a meeting. The meeting was attended by the president of the BRICS Development Bank. Minister Nene says borrowing money means looking around for better rates.
I actually just had a meeting now with the Bank of China on a number of cooperation arrangements in terms of bond issuance, in terms of not only supporting Chinese companies doing business in South Africa, but also supporting, because if they have better rates, every time, if you have to borrow money, you look at the rate that would actually, provide the best deal for whatever project that you are embarking on. But also you need partners that understand your situation. As you would understand, most of our institutions are struggling for cash. But as things stand, we have a combination of that kind of assistance.
The issue of price increase, including that of petrol, was also discussed. Earlier this month, President Ramaphosa said the situation was beyond government's control, as prices were determined by fluctuations on the dollar exchange basis and the price of oil.
As you know, we don't have our own oil. We have to buy oil in order to be able to sell to South Africans. It is indeed one of those areas that we are concerned, but we actually are struggling to find the best solution. A lot of things have been said. The very same people that said in order for us to find GFIP, we must increase fuel levy are the ones that are saying we must drop the fuel levy.
Meanwhile, Agriculture, Forestry and Fisheries Minister says Pretoria and China has signed a memorandum of understanding aimed at creating jobs for small-scale and commercial farmers.
Yesterday with China, we signed an MOU on lucerne hay, which will need a lot of water because it is going to be in volumes and we need to pack it and process it. It's going to create a lot of jobs for our small-scale farmers as well as commercial farmers, as China is a big market.
Zokwana says China is the biggest market and this will work out well for South Africa. In his remarks at the BRICS Business Forum, President Ramaphosa hailed the first decade of the existence of BRICS as a major success in the global development agenda. He said over the past 10 years, the bloc has made enormous strides in a number of cooperation areas, including climate change and promoting sustainable development.
This decade of BRICS was the establishment of the new Development Bank, which fills a critical gap in project funding. Since its formation, just talking about the bank has dispersed loans totaling $5.1 billion, with approvals amounting to $1.7 billion this year alone. As we enter the second decade of BRICS cooperation, we are determined to expand the bank's role in economic and social development.
The first decade saw BRICS cooperation getting off the ground and bearing rich fruit. Our 5 BRICS countries, guided by the BRICS spirit of openness, inclusiveness, and win-win cooperation, have deepened our collaboration, enhanced our solidarity and mutual trust, improved the lives of our peoples, and made our bond of interest and friendship even closer.
Meanwhile, other invited heads of state and guests arrived in the country. First to touch down on Wednesday was the Brazilian President Michel Temer. He was followed by India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Russia's President Vladimir Putin is expected to arrive on Thursday. Lehana Tsoteti, SABC News, Johannesburg.